ובצהלה תוך אמונה העם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה Being kind, oh, loving kindness, living kind. Will you choose the love inside you, been put down by what we've been through? Can you what we do to one another and what we say to each other? It's all compassion. So we'll fill the world. So we'll fill the world. We will fill with kindness, being kind, oh, loving kindness, living kind, kindness, being kind. That clogs our connectivity with every letter. It plays the world's immunity. It's our lack of curiosity. We can do better. Let's fill the world instead
Shabbat Shalom. If you're just walking in, our prayer books are in the back, the blue ones that say Mishkan Tefillah, a prayer book for Shabbat.
I think we had them all passed out. Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, great.
We're going to start as really today is a little bit of a warm-up for next week. And if you don't know what next week is, I'm not telling you. You shouldn't be here. But we're going to begin with a psalm that's traditional to sing at this time, and then right after that, we'll begin on page 10 with Hine Matov, how good it is for us all to be together. Certainly it's nice.
If you want to follow along, it's 358 in the prayer book for Achat Sha'alti. Achat Sha'alti Adonai, Achat Sha'alti Otav Akesh, Achat Sha'alti Meit Adonai, Achat Sha'alti Otav
Started with a little bit of singing to get our bodies vibrating, to get our minds out of the world outside and into a more prayerful space. And now we need to welcome the light of Shabbat. I'd like to invite Bonnie and Giselle to come up to light the candles for us. Page 2. They'll light them and then we'll chant the blessing together.
Come on, Shabbat. Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
The Torah portion for this week is actually a double portion. Nitzavim Va'elech. This is the Torah portion that always comes before Rosh Hashanah. And I like to think that it's a reminder to us of what's in front of us. I might say every year, but I actually believe every day that we have a choice between blessing and curse, life and death. Every single day in front of us, we can choose the way we exist in this world. And so the beginning of the Torah portion, Nitzavim, is like you're situated right here. And you have a choice in your life as how you want to live. But then when we add Vayelech, which is the next Torah portion, onto it, it just kind of gave me an idea for this year and how we can go into this time now where we're going to review the week, but actually I think we need to review the year. As we come into Rosh Hashanah, let's think about what this year was. Obviously, for our guest tonight, we know what we're talking about and the thing that's been taking up our minds for so much of it. But we've also had our own interpersonal lives and our own, every day that we've had to live, even with all that's happening in this world. So, Nitzavim Va'elech. You're situated in this place. Now let's go. Va'elech is to go. You're situated here. Where are you right now? What has this year brought you to? What do you think about? What are you concerned about? How has that changed from last year? That's our matzav, our situation. And then, we can start to think about, but this is our work for the next 2 weeks. How do we move from here? How do we take where we are right now with all the mishugas, how do we take this and move forward in a positive, in a hopeful, in a prayerful, in a peaceful, in a beautiful way? That's our challenge. So for now, let's go back through our year. Not the world, but you. Where are you right now? What is your situation? Where do you find yourself? And how can you move forward? So let's take time for Chazarat Hashanah, a review of our year. Certainly not enough time to go through the whole year, but hopefully we got started on that. Let's go to page 20. For Lecha Dodi, we welcome Shabbat. Like they did in Sfat, let's go out into the field in our minds, wearing all white, dancing.
Shabbat
That's the entrance. Hopefully the Sabbath bride can walk in there. No, that's just Jenny. That's not her. For the Baruch Hu, our call to worship. Please stay standing. Go to page 34. But actually, if you're comfortable with the Shema, just close your eyes for a moment. We've begun our prayers and bringing ourselves from the world into this space. And now we acknowledge our place in the universe, the oneness of all things. Just try to feel your existence in this space and your connection outside of you and energy. We tap into that energy. We feel that force. We feel the life inside of us as we sing Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai
We'll turn now to page 40 as we get ready to sing Mi Chamocha, a joyous singing of the freedom that we all get to enjoy and hopefully the presence of God's presence in our lives.
Through Debbie Friedman. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai la lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai 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 ya la lai lai lai.
turn now to page 46 as we get ready to pray our Amidah together. We're going to turn now to page 42.
Exactly.
Not as we get ready to pray our Amidah together, but as we get ready to pray for shelter and protection as the sun sets around us and as we go into this darkness of our day. We sing Ufros Aleinu, spread over us, God, this shelter so that we can be safe until the sun rises tomorrow morning.
We've introduced this melody at LA Oneg, all the way from Argentina. And if you don't know it, if you know it, please sing. And if you don't, hopefully you will feel the peace as I know this melody brings. The third line. Ufros Aleinu, Sukat Shlomecha. Ufros Aleinu, Sukat Shlomecha, Baruch Atah Adonai, Haborei Sukat Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen. Try it one more time with me. Ufros Aleinu, Sukat Shlomecha. Ufros Aleinu, Sukat Shlomecha. Baruch Atah Adonai, Haborei Sukat Shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen. We take time in our service now to turn our hearts and our thoughts towards those who are in need of healing of the mind or the body or the soul. We'll take time to sing Misha Berach as a community. It's on page 253. We'll start by singing together, and then I'll, in the middle of it, spread my arm out across our community so that you can share the names of whoever you might be thinking of at this time, and I'll, of course, also share names from our temple community. And then we'll close out by singing again together. John Stetz. Pamela Abraham, Aviva Aminzadeh,
Ori Berman, Grace Blaustein, Shelley Blumenfeld, Eitan Chaim, Linda Cirincione, Woody Clark, Judy Fenton, Jean Fernbach, Gerald Finnerman, Wendy Fisher, Tanaz Fuladi, Gail Friedman, Shir Gaon, Nir Goldman, Diane Greffin Ruin, Penny Herman, Katie Hurley, Eric Innocenti, Raphael Irom, Leah Marissa Bat Rivka Adina Veyaakov Ruvain, Brian McMullen, Sarah Moran, Monroe Peterson, Rob Porper, Nasser Rabizadeh, Gail N. Robinson, Howard Rosen, Sherry Shapiro, Lindy Sobel, Mabube Suleimani, Sepide Suleimani, Yehudit Bat Nechama Vemordechai, Helena Wachtel, Freddie Wolf, Shala Zagi, Sivia Aviguial Bat Sora Dina Veyaakov, Andrew Zeiger, and Howard Zellico.
Also online, Rebecca Lasky.
Now let's turn to page 46 as we get ready to pray our Amidah together. I'll invite everyone, if you're able, to rise. We'll start by asking God, open up my lips so that our lips together may declare your praise. We'll start in unison, and then we'll take time for our own silent prayer. You can use the words of the prayer book, the words of your heart, and whenever you are finished, you may be seated.
Adonai tzvatai tiftach. Adonai tzvatai tiftach. Ufi yagid
each morning as we recite our Nisim B'chol Yom, our miracles for each day, our blessings for each day, one of the lines that we say is on page 80, if you would like to follow along, the third section down. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who frees the captive. And when we say it in the morning, we're having this recognition that we've been asleep and paralyzed all night, and now we're up. And thank you, God, for literally allowing us to walk and to move around. But this phrase, as you can only imagine, has taken a very different meaning this year. And so we sing these words, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim, a prayer for those who are still held captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim matir asurim Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim matir asurim. Let's try it one more time and really lift up your voices with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim matir asurim. So as many of you have already heard, this past summer I had the honor to travel to Israel with 60 cantors. And when 60 cantors come to Israel, we got to meet some pretty incredible people, including our guest tonight. So I am so just honored to have Dr. Cochav Elkayam-Levy here. Wait, I'm going to say a little bit about you. Along with the executive director, Meirav, of the Devorah Institute, and Einat, who is the chairwoman of the Devorah Institute. So that you can learn a little bit more before we hear directly from Cochav, Dr. Cochav Elkayam-Levy is the founder and chair of the Civil Commission on October 7th Crimes by Hamas Against Women and Children, and the Devorah Institute for Gender and Sustainability Studies. Known for her impactful work in gender equality and human rights, she has spearheaded national and global efforts addressing the sexual abuse and gender-based atrocities of October 7th. Her significant contributions include leading a global campaign to amplify victims' voices and establishing an archive documenting these war crimes. An expert in international law and feminist theories, Dr. Elkayam-Levy served as a Sophie Davis postdoctoral research fellow at Hebrew University's Leonard Davis Institute's program on gender conflict resolution. Elkayam-Levy, Cochav, we can call you, teaches at Reichman University and serves as a senior fellow at the Hartman Institute in Jerusalem. She received the 2024 Israel Prize in Solidarity, Israel's highest civilian honor. and was honored with the Medal of Distinction by the Perez Center for Peace and Innovation. So without further ado, I would like to bring up Dr. Cochav Elkayam-Levy. Jonathan, the mic. Do you want a mic stand? I just realized. You want to hold it?
Yeah, of course. Hi. First of all, what an honor to be here. Thank you so much for this powerful prayer and for the blessing of being with you on Shabbat Eve. This is my last talk before I go back to Israel, so allow me to be more, I'm trying to be more free in my speech. First of all, what a week it was. We met so many of the Jewish community here in LA. We landed last Friday and met so many of you, and I really have to say that we are going back to Israel stronger, seeing how much the Jewish community here cares, how strong we are as a people, has really gave us a lot of strength to continue our work. And I have to say, we meet so many people at the Jewish community around the world. They're always so welcoming and warm and supportive of our work. But I feel like the people in LA, it's if, I said yesterday, it is as if our hearts beat in the same pace. I don't know why. The immediate connection, perhaps it's the fact that the anniversary of October 7th is coming. We just felt so embraced and loved and cared for. So I just want to thank you all for all of this and for having us tonight. I want to speak about hope. I want to end this visit with a few words about hope. So we started this journey on October 7th, understanding that evil has emerged, right? It's like the hell has opened its gates on the southern part of Israel, and really so many communities were affected, and we understood very quickly that many women and children, and of course men and people with disabilities and elderly people were murdered so brutally. And the very first days, I thought that we're going to hear human rights organizations, specifically UN Human Rights Organization, expressing strong solidarity, condemning the crimes, standing with us. I'm an international law scholar. This is what I teach. You can imagine that my students in Israel are very cynical about the UN system, probably some of you as well. But I believe I have hope for the international system that was established from the ashes of World War II, from the ashes of our Holocaust. And I really, despite the fact that I'm well aware of the bias against Israel, I knew that they're going to stand by us. And as the days passed by, we were shocked not to see a very strong condemnation of what we've seen in Israel, and not solidarity with the human suffering that has happened. And I thought very naively, perhaps they don't understand, perhaps they need more information. So we found ourselves in the second week after October 7th starting to write petitions, write documents, write legal reports, making sure they know what happened. One of them was a legal report that I personally drafted together with other experts. More than 180 law professors and human rights experts have joined to describe the kind of crimes specifically against women and children, who are the most vulnerable population, especially under international law. And we already felt the obligation to bear witness, to see with our own eyes. We are legal scholars. This is what we do. This is our expertise. We found ourselves shocked by the magnitude of what we've seen. Many in Israel have not yet known what has happened. So we sent these reports and these documents to really every UN agency and expose ourselves to the most traumatic materials you would imagine. And then really, we just didn't hear back. We just didn't get any response. And we started sending more and more communications, thinking we're just asking for help. We are asking for help. You know, Cantor, you mentioned the hostages. This was our immediate ask. Please help us get back the hostages. We know, you know, the international community, if it has power, the only power it has is its declarations, its words, its strong words for the victims, especially for hostages. And we were shocked that they were not acting with us. A few weeks later, I was invited to speak at the UN in front of the most important international committee on women's rights. And a day before that speech, the committee decided to release a statement. And the statement didn't mention October 7th. Didn't mention our hostages, which is an ongoing crime against humanity. And we sent them so much information by then. And we you know what, today I feel a little bit silly because they had far more information than us. At least that's what I think today. And I found myself delivering a speech, a bit shaking, sharing with them that, I'll say this, that I asked them, perhaps the 7th of October disappeared in time itself. Perhaps we live on another planet of sorrow and agony. I explained the kind of crimes that we've been seeing, and I asked them to believe. I asked them to stand with us in solidarity. I told them that they are inflicting on us the same denial mechanisms and silence that usually victims of sexual abuse experience. And they are now doing this collectively. And I asked them to be with us, I said that in being silent, they're fueling hatred, they're fueling denial. And I ended that speech asking, is there international law for Israeli women? Is it going to protect us? And one of the things that I shared is that one of the most difficult things that has happened that is a question that kept coming in my head. Are we even human? Aren't they able to express minimal solidarity with us? I couldn't explain to myself that situation in which we found ourselves. So with that realization, I went back to my team and I was like, okay, something's wrong. I'm not sure what it is, but we have to start document everything. We already got so much information from different people who asked us to report back to the UN. We sent us images and videos, and we just understood that we have to do this ourselves. We have to start collecting the information to preserve the historical truth. You know, war crimes against women and children are the least known. The information about what happens to women and children in war gets lost the quickest. So we knew that it is our obligation to document everything, to remember what happened to them, and really to give a voice to those who are voiceless. Most of these women, I have to say, were murdered, and we'll never be able to share what happened to them. So it's Shabbat Eve, so I don't want to get into the details, but I feel like the most important aspect of our work is to give voice to the victims. I feel today privileged to be able to speak up for them, to share what happened to them, to, you know, I sometimes say that healing begins with recognition. We know that. Whoever worked with victims knows that the minute you believe a person, they start to heal. So recognition starts this healing process. Justice begins with recognition. This is what we did. And I said that I want to speak about hope. What happens once we realize that the UN is not responding, we started seeking for moral allies, for those who believe. And I have to say that we did find them. we started going from state to state to establish recognition outside the UN. And, oh, I know what I wanted to share. Do you know the saying, Sur Mera Aseh Tov? Sur Mera Aseh Tov was like the sentence that also kept coming in my head. Sur Mera is stay away from evil and do good. And I said to myself, this is what we need to do. I can't face evil face to face. I'm just going to seek those who want to stand by us. And we started meeting with leaders all around the world, including here at the White House, who wanted to hear, who wanted to receive information, who wanted to stand by our side. And one of the most important moments of this journey was actually when the White House released a statement condemning Hamas, supporting our work. After this statement of recognition, we received around 1,600 requests from all around the world. And this is how we established an archive. We understood how important it is to start document everything and advocate for the rights of the victims. So today, as we were praying, I was thinking of the next sentence after this. It's after Sur Mera Aseh Tov. The following sentence is Bakesh Shalom and Rodfeu. Ask for peace and go after it. So this is our next mission. It's our time. It's our time to fight. It's our time, it's our generation's time to fight for peace, to make sure we continue to believe in it and do everything in our power that it will happen. So thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.
Shabbat Shalom. I want to say that my heart is breaking, but it has been broken. But I really appreciate you coming here and sharing with us your experience, and perhaps you could share with us how we could help your organization. You want to give a little pitch? The presidents aren't here, so we can get that in. You want to give a little pitch? How can we donate to your organization? How can we help?
And also the temple, of course, we will be making a donation to the Devorah Institute as a thank you for tonight. Yes, yes.
So I think it would be wonderful. We will send information to you so you can send it to the rest of the community. But really, there are so many ways to support us, not only financially, but we have a WhatsApp group where we share social media. We are sharing updates, being our ambassadors, making sure the victim's voice continues to be heard. It's so difficult to continue to speak of October 7th, especially this time of the year. So one of the most important things that has happened is Sheryl Sandberg's documentary. I know you probably heard of it, Screams Before Silence. And I think it's one of the most important films that can start a conversation in different communities, in universities if they allow it, among colleagues. So I think this is what can be done. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Also, I wanted you to know that I have the first verse here on my talit of that phrase that you just said. Mi ha'isha chafetz chaim ohev yamim lirot tov. Hold on one sec. Oh yeah, you want to give them?
And of course, we don't know what to give you after what you've been through, but we know we can always give you a box of chocolates. There's a lot in here for all of you. They're Beverly Hills chocolates for you guys to hopefully enjoy on the plane ride home.
Although a good Pesach Zman is always good.
Pesach Zman is the best.
That's an Israeli chocolate. It has, white chocolate on the top, milk chocolate on the bottom, a little. What's in the middle of a Pesach Zman? What is it? Like a waffle. Yeah. It's very delicious. Did you bring any Pesach Zman with you? Because I'm craving a little bit.
I love it, yeah.
All right.
Duty free.
We're going to begin to close our service now. Thank you so much. That was powerful and beautiful and everything. We're going to begin to close our service now by singing Aleinu together on page 282. I'm going to invite everyone to rise if you're able.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gidula leotzer bereshit, shehu noteh shamayim ve'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim imal, u'shchina tuzo begavhe meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malachi hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. 287, v'nemar, v'haya Adonai, lemelech hakol haaretz, bayom hahu, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad.
You may all be seated. We're going to get ready to recite our mourner's Kaddish together. This is a time for us to turn our hearts toward those in our lives who are no longer with us and those in our world who are no longer with us. If you are here this Shabbat in the first week of mourning, I'll invite you to rise now so that we can be supporting you at this time. If you're here in the first 30 days of mourning, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you might be remembering so that we can support you in this time. Or if you're here in the first year of mourning, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you might be remembering. Yeah. And if you're here observing a yard site, I'll invite you to rise now and share the name of who you're remembering tonight. Tonight, our community is thinking of those who have passed away in the last 30 days. Staff Sergeant Amit Friedman, Marianne Klieger, Dale Slutsky, Joan Helft, Sydney Turk Porter, and Doris Schneider. And we're also thinking of those whose yard site falls this Shabbat. Philippe Barrel, Malcolm Brook, Helen Dorn, Beverly Gersh, George Klein, Patricia Levy, Gabriel Nichols, Marika Odell, Ethel Solomon Polsky, Martin Rosecrans, Melvin Wax, Charlotte Weiss, Florence Wright, and Anne Alice Zamansky. Now we rise as a single community and get ready to say Kaddish together. We, of course, do this because there are so many who do not have anyone to say Kaddish for them. So many who have passed away because of disease and violence, and of course, so many who passed away on or since October 7th. Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach ruteh v'amlich machuteh, b'chayachon u'vyomachon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, Bagala vizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nehemata. Damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel. And together we say, Amen.
You may be seated. We have a couple of announcements, but Rabbi Aaron, we're going to play a game where you tell me if I should just stop talking or you talk, okay? Okay.
Okay.
First of all, join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Rabbi Albin and I will be leading Shabbat morning at Emanuel in the chapel. The last the last Shabbos service of 5784. Wow. Number one. Number two, please join us tomorrow night here for Slichot. This is our first real taste of the High Holy Day season. I believe Dan has a little announcement there for us. Daniel?
Okay. A slide?
I'm going to embarrass him. Someone go find Daniel Tater. Oh, he's there. Can I see the slide? Okay, great. He grew up here. We grew up together, so he's allowed to talk to me like that. No. But please join us for Slichot. We're partnering, as we do every year, with Stephen Wise and with Wilshire Boulevard Temple. It is our turn to host, so I imagine this room is going to be full. Please, however, since it's our turn, we really have to show up and show our Temple Emanuel community. Look at the array of clergy that you will get in one room, reflection and renewal. It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful night, really of what it says, reflection and renewal, beautiful words, and music too. So 6:15, we will have a hearty, wonderful oneg, pre-neg, and then 7 o'clock will be our service. And I hope everyone will really take in the sound of the final shofar blast. And that can only mean one more thing, which means Rosh Hashanah begins this Wednesday. Erev Rosh Hashanah is at 7:30 p.m. this Wednesday night. Cannot wait. You can see the beginning of our setup, but imagine our intergenerational choir, our professional choir, our instrumentalists. It is going to be wonderful. And if you have questions, call Kelly, call Tanaz, call Jenny, call Karen. Just show up and ask for tickets, etc. Next up, Rabbi Aaron, I don't know if you want to say something, but it is here. Dun, 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 dun. It's early to announce, but yeah.
If you take a look at what we're going to do for our contemporary forum as a contemporary issues, then there's a contemplative thing. Anyway, Contemporary Issues Forum is going to be about how the media portrays the Jewish people. I'm sure all of us have been ad nauseum looking at the media, whether it's social media or it's cable or I don't know what to call cable TV anymore. It's online. But we have Matt Littman, who does a lot of work in Hollywood with producers, directors, writers on trying to amplify Israel in the media. So he's a really perfect guy to talk to. There may be somebody else that's going to come in as well, but I can't make that announcement yet. It should be a really incredible conversation, and it will not be streamed. So you have to be in the room. I will say one thing. I had 3 people who agreed to do it and then called me after and said they wouldn't because they're afraid to talk about this in public. So that's the climate in our country right now. That a person is afraid to talk about how Jews are portrayed in the media because someone might hear them and they might feel threatened by it. I mean, it's incredible to just think about that. But please join us for that. It should be a really great conversation. And one last announcement for this Sunday. Actually, there's 2 for Sunday, but Michelle has a quickie.
Hi, thank you. As many of you know, we take some time on Sundays and feed the homeless, which there are we can't even describe how many. 40,000 in Los Angeles. And I was thinking about this word hope. The only way to manage hope, the only way to manage the suffering of so many others is to try to do your own tiny little piece at least. And so the next 2 weeks will be very slow, I'm sure, for these people who have really been reliant on us for so many, many, many years. Ever since COVID, we began it. So if you can make even 2 lunches, a sandwich, a snack, something to drink, label it, what's in there. You can make anything. We deliver it the same day. And you could bring it here tomorrow. And they'll put it in the fridge and I'll pick it up. But my email's on the website as well. Or on Sunday, there's 12 drop-offs all around LA. Right? Yeah, that's right. You've been doing it, Emily, in Brentwood, I think, or Santa Monica. I'm sorry. Somebody asked for it once. But, just find a way. Make 2 lunches. If you can make 10, that's great. But just 1 or 2 would be fantastic.
Is there anyone here that's participated in bringing lunches? And how easy is it? Very easy. Okay.
People can show.
Okay. Look at how beautiful we look. Oh, even better. Okay. Next up, also during our high holiday season.
Please join me and the wonderful Jason Meshies for our Spark in the Yard services on the days of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. It's going to be a really fun time. Music and arts and crafts and apples and honey and shofar blowing and all the things right on our ECC yard. And then in the evening times, I'm going to be offering a preschool story time before Erev Rosh Hashanah and Kol Nidre. So if you have little ones, please join me for all the fun. I can't wait to welcome all the new year with our littlest.
Dipped in honey. Okay. Yeah. Just 2 last things. This is really far in advance. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. This is happening right now. We are pleased to announce a new assisted listening system made possible by the very generous gift by longtime member Carol Hyman. May her memory be for a blessing. May we all hear the words that Rabbi Aaron and Rabbi Albin will be speaking this high holidays to a better degree. There is a system, we have to download an app, and then it's tied into our system, and you can actually read the words that are spoken. It is pretty advanced, so I'm telling you now, if you're interested in learning about it, please let us know so that we can get you set up before next Wednesday.
It's also set into, you can wear earphones and headphones from your phone, and it'll go through there too.
Absolutely. This was literally when she passed away, we found out that this was something that was a big priority to her, and we're really, really pleased that it will be ready for high holidays this
She
year.
used to bring her own microphone to services, and I'd have to wear it on my lapels so she could hear, and now she's giving that gift to everybody.
Yes. Thank you, Carol. And her family. Okay, so what's in advance is that we always say, oh, okay, he took out this is much more appropriate. First of all, October 7th, we have a vigil, just our community. We know that we're all going to be together for Rosh Hashanah, and we will really feel like we need a space to process this past year. I don't want to embarrass her, but Anna Abramson, who did this unbelievable piece of art, is here tonight and always pretty much here. And Anna, we had to use and asked her permission to use this graphic, this drawing that she made. And so please know that on Monday night, October 7th, we will gather in the sanctuary for a very intimate vigil with our Temple Emanuel community.
Just to add on to that, that morning, actually at 6:29 in Beverly Hills, I'm going to sound a shofar at exactly 6:29, and there will be I don't know if I would call it a vigil, a tekes, a ceremony, because at 6:29 is when the sirens went off. So we'll be there, I think it's City Hall. And if you could join us at 6:29 in the morning on the 7th, which is 2 Mondays from now.
Exactly. We will remind you about it during Rosh Hashanah. I think there's 2 more. Oh, okay. What? Nova, we've sold the tickets. We are, as a community, we are going to the Nova exhibit this Sunday.
So, as a community, we're going to the Nova exhibit this Sunday at 12 p.m. We have purchased a group ticket block. However, I believe that there are still tickets open. If you want to buy it on your own, you can still show up at 12 p.m. this Sunday, and I'm pretty sure you can come in with our community.
Okay, and we're almost done. This year, our high holiday Chesed drive, if you remember, our theme last year was Chesed, which means kindness. So in the past, we've done Sova. This year, we are really pouring a lot of our resources into the city of Los Angeles, into the Hollywood Food Coalition. So there will be a link where you can purchase hygiene and keep warm products that are going to be given out at the Thanksgiving dinner that the Hollywood Food Coalition puts on, that you can also, if you look there, volunteer. It's the day before Thanksgiving. So just read all of that. We also have a reminder that you can join our Sunday lunch drive, and you can also help support their yearly campaign. This is all under Mitzvah Corps, which is our social action initiatives here at Temple Emanuel. We will continue to remind you about that. Is that it? That's it. Okay, Rabbi Aaron says that's it. So why don't we...
Our closing song.
Yes, our closing song, however, this final Kabbalat Shabbat is Hashivenu. You can actually find the words on page 358, the same page where we started the service.
And we'll be singing it as a reminder that as we close one year and get ready to enter into the new year ahead, it's really a return, right? We turn back to the innermost parts of our soul. We do that soul work so that we can open ourselves, hopefully, for a peaceful, a beautiful year ahead.
So if you would like to stand up, put your arms around your loved ones or the strangers next to you, please do. And another really special thank you to Cochav and Meirav and Einat for coming. We are truly blessed to end our 5784 with you. Here, I'll get off this thing.
Too tall for me.
Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Shabbat Shalom. Please join us for Kiddush and Motzi in the back of the sanctuary and an oneg in the lobby.